President Bola Ahmed Tinubu visits Benue State today. Lies will be told. Propaganda will be carried out. I repeat, lies will be told. Propaganda will be carried out. The narrative the APC is pushing is that these killings are more of political and ethnic, communal, more of political and ethnic, that the Fulani are not the major problem in Benue State. That is the narrative the APC is pushing to protect the administration of the president. Let's look at what this APC person said. In Benue and North Central, the Fulani herders are not the biggest threat to peace and security in the state. It is the political militias armed by various political actors in the state where you have these conflicts. Yes, herders may be a major part, but the problem is that the politicians are the ones stoking the violence. This is the narrative the APC is pushing. Now let's look at what the Indigenes have to say about the killings in Benue State. Watch this video. We'll be right back for much more analysis.
Than 200 people were killed. When I woke up this morning and I got the story of what happened, the first 7 calls I put across were all killed. The first 7 guys I called,
you tried to call, we're all dead.
Exactly. They were all dead. So in my village today, if you speak to someone, just be very rest assured that in the next 1 week or 2 weeks, you hear the sad news about that person you've just spoken to. And do you know, before now, just last month, about 20 people were killed in that same village. They are the Fulani, and it's not ethnic profiling. They are the Fulani, it's not ethnic profiling. When people want to be politically correct, they will say, no, that is an ethnic, it's not, and that is why you see the Sultan of Sokoto will not react to this. He reacted when just about 11 people were butchered were killed in Edo State, the so-called hunters. They reacted. They put up Northern Elders Forum. They made several press conferences. Many governors stood up. The governor of Edo had to travel to some of these states to go and say sorry. Just 11 hunters, that is alleged hunters, if really they were hunters, who were killed. Now 200, nobody in the north is speaking, because that is the collective agenda, jihad, and the complete takeover of the land of our people. And let me tell you, so I'm saying it authoritatively. I'm an authority in this area. I was born and raised in Jos. I speak Hausa as my first language. I speak Hausa better than I speak Tiv. And let me tell you, this thing they call intelligence. We are the sources of this intelligence. The government sometimes use the narrative of intelligence to confuse you, as if what they know is different. They know exactly what we know, or we even know better, because we are the sources of this intelligence. Many of my friends from the adjoining villages in Nasarawa State, who are of different ethnic group other than the Fulanis, anytime the Fulanis are mobilizing, like this attack, they told us day before yesterday. We communicated to the security force. Nothing has been done.
No, just hold on, because this is too much to rush. I'm sorry. Are you saying that you got an intelligence report as a civilian? Your
Yes.
community had an intelligence report about this particular attack that killed over 200 people, and you...
My sister, do you know the funny thing? It is no longer secret. It's just like the secret cultism in Nigeria. They gathered their AK-47 in a community called Giza in Nasarawa State, in the boundary between Nasarawa and Benue, in Giza and Kadorko. All our friends from there, and they come out in the open with their this in the whole meeting openly. You know, they are going to strike in Hirota, and then some people begin to beat them farewell. Allah kulafia. May God take you safely. May God take you safely. Yes, they came in more than 100 bites. Listen, but that is how your country has degenerated. That these things are done in broad daylight. It has degenerated. And let me tell you, let me also shock you. About 7 soldiers, I'm saying it as it is, about 7 soldiers joined them from the Giza, the community adjoining my own village. They arrested one who uttered all this, made this confession. He said some of the soldiers from Giza trained them of Fulani ethnic stock, and they joined them. They commandeered the whole thing. So what they did yesterday was extremely tactical and strategic with military precision. Right now, there are a lot of tea villages in my council ward that will be taken over by Fulani. They take over not just for grazing, but for proper settlement. You go to these villages today, you find even their kids crawling, small kids who are yet to start walking. They brought them, you know, their families, occupying thief homes, thief houses, which are still standing, occupying those houses. And they have their kids there, not just their cattle. So it's not all about open grazing prohibition. It's about total takeover of the land.
The chief of defense staff also acknowledge that some of their soldiers are sabotaging the efforts. Some of their soldiers are sabotaging the effort of the Nigerian army. The Chief of Defense Staff said that he accepted that some of their men are complicit. If you look at the testimony of this man, you get the real picture. Like I said, this issue is bigger than Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu visiting Benue State would not bring solutions to the problem. If you care to know, this crisis has been there beyond democracy. During the military time, it has been there. It tells you the nature of the conflict. This is Fulani header jihadist movement. This is it. That is the truth of the whole matter. Anybody coming together to tell you that it is this and that. You see, the APC is going to Benue State. They are going to do a fanfare. People are told to wear uniform, gather at a certain place. Yes, the government is clearing the grass, is preparing the state for the president to come in. On the deaths of hundreds, if not 500 persons have been killed so far this year in the same Benue. The president is coming and you are doing a fanfare. It shows the capacity of the people who have vowed to protect fellow Nigerians. It is not a good time to become a Nigerian. Like I told you, the force behind these killings is beyond Nigeria. And the leadership we have in the country today is being piloted, is being remote controlled by these forces. Beyond all reasonable doubt. The governor of Benue State says he is against self-defense. The governor is against self-defense. He is telling you that you should not defend yourself and get killed. You are against self-defense, but you cannot protect the people. Does it make sense? These are the people that the Benue people voted in power. I told you that politicians are highest deceivers. Some people will tell you that join APC from within, you will change APC. This is a Reverend Father rubbishing himself. A Reverend Father rubbishing himself because he joined the APC, he was voted on the platform of APC, and look at the workings. So whatever the president is going to do in Benue State, you should be rest assured. Whatever things they say, whether political, the president said that they should settle, the settlers should settle with the stakeholders. The settlers are the Fulani. The people, the Fulani houses, they are the settlers. The people of the land, the thief or whoever, the thief are the stakeholders, the Indigenes. The president is telling you to reconcile with your killers. A man lost almost 20%. A man. So the president is coming to tell the governor that you should make sure that they settle how? What? You may not fault the president because the constitution provides that anybody can settle anywhere, anybody can stay anywhere. Because of one Nigeria, the Fulani will continue to have upper hand. That is why the constitution favors the Fulani. The Fulani, however, orchestrated, contributed to that constitution, created, you know that in the constitution there's Sharia. There's Sharia in the constitution. So the constitution is faulty and it will give them, it is a document, that constitution is a document that is handed over to the Fulani to take over Nigeria. You know, Nigerians, we don't read, we are not reading the times, we are not reading the handwriting on the wall, looking at things as it unfolds. No government can stop the Fulani except you restructure Nigeria. This president going to Benue State, he himself, the army, the security agencies know that president going there would not solve the crisis. President go spend 4 years or he go spend 8 years, he go come out for there. If you come out for there, the crisis still lingers, except Nigeria is restructured. If you do not restructure Nigeria, my brother, it's going to be very, very difficult for any pathway, anything to give way. So the Benue people, we know that there's a political crisis. We know that there's ethnic crisis. But the main crisis on ground is the Fulani. The Fulani moving from north to south and they will get to the southwest. They have said they will get to the southwest. Everybody should brace up, since people are playing politics with the lives of those that have been killed, both from the southeast and the southwest. Some people will say, let them die now. Is it not Goan? Is it not this and that? My brother, the reasons why we are not being overwhelmed by these people is because of the resistance of the Middle Belt. The Middle Belt have been fighting this war. People are being killed, but still they stand their ground. Okay. They tell us, they turn the narrative that these guys are just moving. They just want to graze. Number one, you go into people's farms and destroy their crops. You don't expect people to retaliate. When they retaliate, your sponsors, because those cows, most politicians are those involved in this header, whatever. Most politicians in Abuja, most politicians in northern Nigeria, like I told you, northern Nigeria has been conquered by the Fulani. So the politicians who have conquered northern Nigeria, they are the ones in charge of the cattle that is being moved from one place to another, from the north to the south. They attack you after being sponsored by this element. They attack you and you run away from your ancestral home. You run away from your house. They occupy the houses. You see their children. This video you watch, their children, they settle in the houses. I've been saying that the problem we have is not our Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba problem. The problem Nigeria has is a Fulani problem. Reasons why Nnamdi Kanu is there today is because the Fulani is willing to do anything for the British. I'm telling you, the Fulani is willing to do anything to make sure that Nigeria does not, like Nigeria remains the way it is. And the British imperialists will continue to benefit on the lives, on the progress of the people. Why would Tinubu go and displace the Fulani in Benue State? Do you want him not to return second term? Tinubu would not displace the Fulani in Benue State. I'm telling you, he cannot tell the people who are intruders, who are killers. The security apparatus went to Benue State and they met with the people. You sat down with the people. Who are the people you sat down with? You sat down with the proposed or supposed killers. Look at Plateau State Jos. The killings in Plateau State. The governor gave the directive that these guys will go. These guys will have to leave. The Nigerian soldiers, the Fulani community, they are having meeting. They are suing for peace. Somebody is the aggressor. Somebody is killing. Somebody is coming to encroach on people's lands without rent, without buying. Just come and occupy an expanse of land like that because you are pastoralist. You don't stay one place. You move from one place to another. But you move from one place to another. We see your children. You build houses. You stay with your family in a particular place. You call that place your home. You try to name that place after with your manipulations. Like I've said, there's no other, in the whole tribes in Nigeria, there's no other tribe that can be so manipulative like the Fulani. There's no tribe. And they are consistent with their manipulation. Why did they embrace Islam? Because they can use Islam. They can use Islam as a means to deceive you. I've said it before, I'll repeat myself. If Islam gives opportunity for you to lie when it involves a kafir or ane or unbeliever, if the Islamic religion, if somebody will read a part in the Quran and that says you can lie when it involves an unbeliever, that means the Fulani can use the Quran to do anything. I'm telling you, they are not pastoralists. They have agenda, and their agenda is consistent for over 300 to 400 years. If you come to the southwest, who have fought wars with the Indigenes to take over their lands, take over their culture? The thing they did with the Hausas, they tried it with the Yorubas in Ilorin. Just that the language, the Fulani preserves their language. They don't want you. It seems in the northern part of Nigeria, Fulani not them top. Who speaks? What language do they speak in northern part of Nigeria? Hausa. Hausa person can speak Hausa. Fulani person can speak Hausa, but it's difficult for you to be able to speak Fulani. There's a reason for that. They preserve their culture. They don't want to mix in. They don't want to infiltrate. They don't want to like mix blood or whatever. They preserve their culture. I'm telling you. So the point here is that Tinubu cannot tell the Fulani to leave Benue State. Tinubu cannot take decisive actions and attack the Fulani because only God knows what pact he has with the Fulani at this point in time. There's a line that will be crossed though. Like I said, the Fulani knows the line they will cross. Tinubu knows the line that will cross. If Tinubu takes that action and say every settler, if Tinubu bans open grazing, Tinubu insists that the Fulani guys must be able to purchase land and they should not move one place to another. That is when you see how influential the Fulani is in Nigeria. Me, I'm supporting a Lionheart president from southern Nigeria, which I believe is Tinubu. You think I don't know what I'm saying? Do you think I'm coming to support him for APC or whatever, or because he wants to bring good governance to the people? The system is already bastardized. There's nothing you can do with the system. It's somebody that can further make sure that the system is, return the system to its original regionalism. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, you are supporting APC. APC is using you. P2P, if P2P becomes president, you think that all these things, the National Assembly will be worked up. That's when you see craze. It's like people don't understand what is going on. We need restructuring. We need restructuring. The Fulani have entered deep into Nigeria to the extent that, man, you will see them in your everyday activity, everything in your political life, you see them. When you get to Abuja, you know. You think it's in southern Nigeria. Everybody's in southern Nigeria. We are living life. When you are somebody working in a federal ministry, you will now see the influence of the Fulani. In education, when you are working in federal ministry, WAEC, those that are in WAEC, Fulani then dead there. Fulani will teach them know they go school. Now then go school pass for northern Nigeria. When it comes to education, go to federal ministry, you see them. Now them go there for ministry of this, ministry of information, ministry of that. We think we are in southern Nigeria. We are flexing our muscles with some people are arguing about first class. This the main people that are taking over the fabrics of the country are these Fulani. It is a test for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from now to the end of 2025. From now to the end of 2025, if he's not able to deal with the Fulani issue, I will personally give up on him. You know what? If he's not, this is a test. The coalition, they are very happy. The Northern coalition, they are happy with what is going on. Look at the testimony of this man. He said that soldiers are actively involved. Do you know what it means? People are saying it. You know, when this kind of revelation comes now, some APC people will come and say, no, it's a lie. They'll try, Ibadan media, they'll try from back to front to cover everything, to change it for you. The more you look, the less you see. They use everything. They divert your attention to this. It was supposed to be this, that, and that. Like what I read out to you now. Soldiers are actively involved. Soldiers train them according to the video. Soldiers train them. Soldiers that are Fulani train them. And they left their duty post to go and train people. And some their guys does not know. And this is the same army that you want Southerners to join. Army that is collaborating with terrorists. The most funny thing is that if you criticize government will come pick you, prosecute you. These soldiers will not be prosecuted. Next year, the same soldiers will do the same thing. Some soldiers have come out to say that this is the actual problem we are facing in the country today. Some generals are responsible for what is going on. Some generals are sabotaging our efforts. Some generals are intentionally protecting the bandits. The video that went viral, we saw army and police having to exchange pleasantry, like as if they are long-time old friends or childhood friends. And this is what Tinubu can stop. Now, if Tinubu does not stop this from now to December, if he does not take a decisive action, that means he's helpless. What is the difference between Buhari and Tinubu when it comes to security? What's the difference? What is the difference when it comes to security? That means he doesn't have the capacity. That means the more you look, the less you see. If we want to deceive ourselves, they know better than us. They know that they cannot solve the situation. That's why they are suing for peace. Fulani will attack and kill. The government can say, please don't kill again. Let's us have peace. What is the peace? How would there be peace? Fulani, do not encroach on my land again. Is that not the peace? Fulani, do not encroach on my land again. Fulani will tell government, give us land. An Igbo man will go to the north, buy land or rent shop and do his business. The Fulani is telling government, give us land. Which land is available to give to Fulani? That tells you that Fulani, they are strangers in Nigeria. Give you which land? People's land, they carry and give you. When they give you land, you use the land. You take over land and use that land, occupy, and also stretch your boundaries. Create local government. Take over the system. That is consistent of them. Somebody just enter your land, kill you, government comes, tell two of you to settle. How? Settling, give me land. If there's no land, no settle. If government give them land, still problem. If government give them land, they cannot stay in their land. Because they have people in the army, they have people in the police, they have people in the Federal Ministry of Works, they have people all around the country holding Nigeria down. And they are collectively working together with one goal. Southerners, we don't know what is coming. Maybe some people are in Lagos and saying this and that, or you're in some parts of Southeast, you think it don't affect Abia, it don't affect Imo, it don't affect Enugu State. What do you remain? It go affect Ebonyi State. It goes to affect it don't affect Enugu now. It goes to affect Anambra State. Anambra people say we're strong. Don't worry. If not for the Middle Belt, if Fulani have full like occupation in Igbo land, you know, Igbos do not have access to political power. Igbos are not strategically positioned in various offices in government. You know, politically, Igbos are backward. The Fulani has political power. The Fulani will use the security agencies against you. So if the Fulani stay in Igbo land and they are occupying that, like the way they are in Benue State, my brother, you will cry till tomorrow. Even it is the Fulani will bribe your governors and they use your governors against you, to fight against you, to make sure that they oppress you. That is a typical. So we should not sit down there and say this and that. These Fulanis are going with AK-47. Is it the same army that is infiltrated by the Fulani, the same army or the same police that will now sign off guns for you to use to defend yourself? Everywhere we see the Fulani with guns, with their porous border. They know how they supply themselves. They know how they get what they get. Maybe they have seized military equipment. You are having a peace meeting with the bandits. You are not asking them, where is the military equipment people took? They will take your equipment. You now be brokering peace with them. Does it make sense? And you wonder why, since Buhari, who is a general, Buhari is a general. Since Buhari, we have not been able to solve this issue of insecurity. We have not been able. Tinubu, because of power, he wants to be president. You went and aligned with Fulani jihadists to take over Nigeria. And you think you can solve the problem you created by bringing a Buhari into power. It's not possible. So let them go and start doing, you spend taxpayers' money, you start doing funfair. Why decisive decisions are not taken? If the government will do anything, we will know, we will see it, we will know. But the government will not do anything. My brother, let the APC continue pushing a narrative that it is political, it is Akume, SGF, it is villages fighting against villages. God will help you people. God help you.